Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. This took me 2 weeks to basically work on for me to kind of work it out and build you like a working product demo, a working mockup, so that we can somewhat. It's more like an exercise for you to further envision how you really want it. Um, So it's always best that we have a visual reference in order to move forward. Okay, so I've took a look again at Swag and I decided to see what else can I what else can we do more than what they do. So that's my main focus. I kind of want to make it more attractive. So this is the product customizer. Okay, I'm using the custom water bottle here. So you can see here there are a couple of different things you can do here. For example, the first thing you can do is you can upload a logo here, and then upload, and then boom, it will appear here that you can perform a resize, a rotate, and whatsoever. Right, place it there. Not only that, I also enable like I can also provide you a drawing mode. For example, like maybe we can put like some our initials, like for example, it's just an example. So a user can add their initials. Maybe they wanted to make it more, you know, personalized for them, right? And then here we can put the name, for example, Eric. There we go. So so those are the three things that you can do basically. And then after that, you can save it and export also. As you can see here, a customer can also export this into PNG or JPEG format. And that's pretty much what's on this part, right? And another thing that I want to show is basically the admin part, right? So basically, what's going to happen is that for every order, right, there's going to be so for every Shopify order, so that customization will appear as an embedded component in the product page of Shopify. And then once the user has completed their customization, that customization will actually be embedded together all the way to the product checkout page. And then what's going to happen is that Shopify, so we're going to attach that customization to a product ID, to the Shopify product ID, and the order ID as well. So, so the product ID and the order ID. So this is just a sample. Once we connected Shopify here, there's going to be more Shopify stuff in here. Shopify identifiers like the product ID, the image ID, the product ID, and the order ID. Right, that's the most important thing. And then for every order, there's going to be some sort of customization here. All right, and then you can choose to approve or reject or whatever. We can even add more stuff. We can even add email functionality, like email customer or something. If we reject, or if you want to ask them to like revise the customization, it's not possible to do and stuff like that. And then I can also do something like this, like customization trend, for example. Like this would help us like kind of identify what is the product adoption, the feature adoption. Like what do they like what do the customers like the most when it comes to customization of the product? Is it the image upload? Is it the drawing part? Is it the text, adding the text? Or is it the export as image feature? This is kind of really cool feature, like for us to understand the adoption rate among the users. So it could help us like kind of identify, predict what's going to be the next trend, what's going to be like the most things that users will likely do so that we can also present this data to your retailers, to your um, agents, to your whoever that will resell this, right? You can even feature, you can even get this thing like that's the beauty when it's outside Shopify, because I can change this to a multi-layer, multi-user, right? So that means we will be on the top, right? On the very top, that will be you. Then the there's a layer of your reseller. So the admin dashboard here will not only contain our own order, but it will also contain the customization request from your retailer site, from your retailer Shopify. The only thing that we'll need to ensure here is that they'll need to allow us to have some sort of like access. They need to allow some sort of API access, or some permissions that has to be given to us in order for us to be able to connect, to connect from with their Shopify store with us, so that we can see the whole thing, resellers, who are their customers, what are their customers, requesting, stuff like that. So it would be really cool because then you can see what the users are asking your resellers, and then instead of resellers back and forth and ask like, is this possible to do, we can instantly do the rejection immediately from the headquarters. Like imagine you guys are the headquarters, so then the rejection can come all the way from the super admin, which is us, the HQ, and then and the approval as well. So I think it's a pretty automated process that we can do seamlessly, not only with you but with also with the customers, with your resellers. So yeah, let me know what you think. This is what I have so far. If you're interested to talk more about the timeline and the what are the costing involved, I would love to have another chat with you next week. Well, let's have a chat and see where this goes. Okay, I'm super pumped up, and to be a part of this project. Because I definitely see a huge potential on where can this go. Swag Space have somewhat done it in the past, and they did make like good money out of it before deciding to shut down. I mean, there must be some ways we can somewhat tackle this better. There's potential, but we'll have to identify what are the risks involved. Let's not fall down the same trap, but we do it better, right? So, all right, take care.